3 wide open looks for Wood. Wallace, what a move! The true freshman point guard. His game right now in transition is exceptional. The ball.
What is up, Thunder Nation, and welcome back to a brand new video. Today's video, we're talking about Cason Wallace and how we selected him with the 10th pick thanks to Dallas Mavericks trading along with Dallas Vertans. But before we get into it, I just want to let you know I'm currently watching the draft, so I could be a little distracted, so if I seem off, I'm sorry. Alright, now let's get into this. Wallace is a 6'3" guard with a 6'8.5" wingspan. Apparently the kid's a beast on the defense. He's projected to be a D'Anthony Melton type player, which isn't a bad thing. Definitely not a bad thing. Definitely not a good thing. It's not a great thing, but this kid has potential. He's a good crafty finisher. He apparently goes hard against big men in the paint, and he can finish. Only problem is downside he needs to work on his shooting, which isn't a bad thing considering we've got the best shooting coach in the league. I'm about to read to you a summary of Cason Wallace's last couple years at Kentucky from CBS Sports. The best on-ball defensive menace in the 2023 draft class. Wallace is a playmaking defensive prospect who handles energy and enthusiasm to the point guard position. He's a long strider with good passing instincts who can facilitate and create. He's shown improvement as a shooter in the last couple seasons. So that was a summary from CBS Sports, and with that last bit, shown improvement as a shooter, that's a bit of a stretch. In 32 games at Kentucky, he shot 127 threes and only made 44 of them. That's 34% from 3. That definitely needs improvement if you ask me. In those 32 games that he started, he averaged about 32 minutes a game, and he scored about 12 points a game, about 4.5 assists, 4 rebounds, 2 steals, which is really well. He had about 63 steals for the season, which is really good. I think the reason we are picking him up, the reason why we're drafting him this year is because we're going to be moving on Lu Dort, which really pains me to say it. I do not want to get rid of Lu Dort. I love Lu Dort. I reckon he's a cornerstone for our team. But yet, if we're going to move on from him, Cason Wallace is the guy. Alright, let's get into some positives and some facts. Wallace finished in the top 90th percentile finisher in and around the rim. Looks for Kentucky on floaters, runners, and layups. Now that's just amazing. He's a strong physical prospect for a 6'3" guard, meaning he's a smaller guard that plays bigger. He brings the hustle, the energy to every game he comes to. He's an assignment defender who can also be a great impactful defender and knows when and when not to take the chances. He's also a good shooter, particularly well as a spot up and catch and shoot threat. Now those are his strengths. Let's get into his weaknesses and then we'll decide whether we like him or not as a fit in OKC. Now, he's a good athlete, but he relies more on his smarts than athleticism to create separation. He doesn't have a quick 0 to 60 get off the line sprint. He's an audacious attacker who isn't afraid to go inside but can be too willing to go right at the bigs to show off. He also needs a little bit of time to improve on shooting, off the dribble and from the range. Now what do you guys think? You've heard the strengths, you've heard the weaknesses. Is he a fit for OKC? Honestly, I think he has plenty of room to grow. We have one of the best shooting coaches in the league, more in fact in the world. He has a lot of time to work on that. I believe he can fit in OKC, especially if we are moving on Dort, which I don't want to happen, but look, if that happens, it happens. It's Presti and we trust Presti. We have a lot of picks left in the draft and I don't know who exactly we're picking yet, and I don't know what we're going to do in the off-season, but look, I'm excited. I think he can fit in, and I think he can grow well with other guards and other players in this team. What do you guys think? Leave a comment below. Hit that like button if you guys do enjoy this type of stuff. I'm going to be hopefully posting more. Let's enjoy the draft, let's enjoy the off-season, and let's get back into a winning spirit. That's enough from me. I hope you guys enjoy these highlights. I'm going to head off, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.
Cason Wallace, again, he had 8 steals against Michigan State, just rips Hickman, and then comes right down and very patient playing in the pro lane line slot. Finds Lance Ware on the back.
As Kentucky into the front court. Wallace puts it on the floor. Wide open lane to the basket. Not totally on.
No, it's not.
Shot clock under 5, and that one knocked down at a biggie by Cason Wallace.
Yesterday, right? Run that field goal team out there and kick that thing for a game winner.
Wallace buries a 3.
And let him go.
Yeah, Wallace uses the window and puts it in.
Sure,
well, that's it.
That's his value. And now Wallace for the three. National championship days when we return, but a look at the guard play leading the three.
Exactly what you want from.
You were talking about earlier.
Sure, and it's really. Cason Wallace does a good job there of attacking, and you see the give and go. Doesn't always have.
Left it short. Cason Wallace now with the drive.
He just gets better.
Oscar keeps it alive. And another follow. This time it's Cason Wallace.
Wallace switches places. He lines up a three. He knocks it down. Good two-man basketball between Reeves and Wallace.
Possible by a really good shot fake here by Antonio Reeves. Just throws it back after Wallace loops behind him. And that.
3 on the shot clock for Wallace. Hangs and hits. Boy, did he settle that.
If you can force Antonio Reeves to take those pull-up jumpers.
Big time block that time from Cason Wallace.
Player with body control. This is body control on the defensive end. You know, trying to stop fading on that.
Wheeler low by and a kick. Three-pointer is good. Wallace have a segment of this game here that you would compare Howard to. Donovan Mitchell's name came up. There's another three, and Wallace is on fire in the second half.
Average than you. Tasted like chicken.
They come out of the break. Wallace alley-oop, and that worked beautifully. Top it with a flush.
Cason Wallace just takes this little curl, and you help up, you're done. Just throw.
Still 10 on the shot clock. Wallace, big three, got it. Huge shot, Cason Wallace.
Toppin kicks it back out, a great reversal pass, and Zero has
for 14 and 6.
Open look for Wallace, and Cason Wallace from downtown. Wallace attacking, and a skip pass. Reeves hands it off to Wallace for three, and he's got 8.
Delivers again with another 3 ball. So I like the decision by Reeves not to force it.
Clark, and then he switched back. Bowman. Wallace on a runner, got it, and he's fouled by Campbell. Oh, he makes some amazing floaters. That's a pretty good strength here. Tiger takes away the one, and Tiger gets underneath him. Campbell. One-man fast break. Extra pass, Wallace for 3. Got it. How about that kick out? Severe set it up.
Do it right now. They sag in on Sheboy. Cason Wallace into the lane. Fantastic freshman gets the first bucket for the Cats. His big mitts on it. 10 3/4-inch hands for Oscar Sheboy. Here's Cason Wallace from the corner. Big start for the Cats. Everybody's in on the fun now as well.
Pass, not while it's already been thrown in there.
4th rebound for Sheboy. Wallace.
Sure. The country, and sure enough, it's the Rattlers. Over 50% from the field right now.
Cason Wallace answers with a 3. Jackson gambled. Lewis June went by him, but then good hands by Wallace. Taken away. Here's Cason Wallace. And they'll count it. And he'll go to the free throw line.
This guy's instincts are just lead to the other end and one. And then just such a strong finisher. This is where he does have to improve, though. Get to the can spread you out. Can the bigs move their feet enough to where it's not too much of a mismatch?
Wallace down the lane.
And there's a similar opportunity at lane. And Wallace says, hey, I like that move, Livingston. Let me show.
Wallace from behind the screen. You like that play?
I do. I like it a lot. If the defense is going to go under the screen, no need to dribble and protector. Wasn't part of that Bahamas trip.
Now they did with the telethon this offseason. Here's Wallace behind the screen again, and another 3 from behind the screen.